how do you negotiate your terms if you get an employer here in Africa, Uganda? Right. What's good, Uganda? Welcome back to your favorite podcast in Africa, the Repat Podcast. And we talk about moving back to Africa, doing business in Africa. Today, we even have a special episode on how to negotiate your terms in Africa. And let me just introduce the crew. I'll let Jonita go ahead and introduce herself.
Hi guys, Jonita Maya here with our lovely guest. Now he has been requested. You know, people want to see DJ Maintain on the channel, so she had to, use his tricks to get him on the channel.
DJ Maintain back in the building. Thank you. Lovely to be back. Mm-hmm. And let's chop it up.
Yeah.
All right, so you've been here for 4 years.
Yes.
I've been coming here for 5 years. Mm-hmm. But you've actually been living here the entire time.
Full time for 4 years.
Full time.
And before those 4 years, I came here twice on holiday. Yeah.
Okay. So many people that are going to be living in the diaspora, and I'm talking about the diaspora as far as like us, like you Caribbean, I'm African American.
Yeah.
So we don't know how things work here, but maybe we're going to come here and we're going to be living and working or living and doing business in this local economy.
Yeah.
I'm a little different because I have what I have going on in the United States. I'm earning in dollars.
Yeah.
But some people are going to be trying to negotiate terms in their new life here.
Yeah.
So you have an experience because I've failed at this miserably, as we've talked about before. Yeah. But how do you negotiate your terms if you get an employer here in Africa, Uganda? You have things you're doing for fee for service.
Yeah.
How has that experience been? Let's compare it from where you were in London and how it works here.
So in London, what I do is supposedly a lot more oversaturated.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, like, I'm a dime a dozen, so to speak. Right. So there you really got to find, right, your niche.
Okay.
So I'm from West London. So I built my name in West London first.
Right.
Then when that popped off, I was able to bring it elsewhere.
Right.
So that's how it worked for me in London.
Right.
In Uganda.
Right.
It was like you were saying earlier, I literally had to start from the ground up, from the beginning.
All right.
I had to learn a whole new way of DJing because the Afro beats here is huge.
Right.
And it's not just West Coast. I had to learn East Coast as well. So once I did
East Coast Africa.
East Coast Africa, yeah. That's what I mean. So I had to learn that. Mm-hmm. And then I just really once, I suppose, like, the fact I'm from London gets my foot in the door.
All right.
And then I had to prove myself.
Okay.
And then once I proved myself, and then people started coming to my gigs for my sets, made negotiating a lot easier because then I had something to offer.
Can I ask you something real quick? I'm going to interrupt you, but
yeah, sure.
How do you get your foot in the door initially?
Initially, it was through my wife. So she's been coming here a very long time and she knows a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So she's saying, yep, this new guy, before she was married, this new guy I'm dating, he's a dope DJ, he's coming over. Have you got any gigs, etc., etc., etc. So when I landed, I had gigs. I had gigs at Alliance Francaise, Otters, and a bar called Embers, which is now called Wild in Kampala. So I did those 3 gigs on the first weekend I was here.
Okay.
And it's like, word just went round. Oh, this is guy from London. He's really cool. He's approachable. He's sick. He's doing scratching, all this stuff. And then they just basically asked, when you coming back?
Well, let me ask you this though. Initially, how did you negotiate the terms of what the pay was going to be? Was it a free thing?
Yeah. So then, because I knew I wasn't on I was being done the favor because nobody knew who I was. So they was putting my name on the flyer.
Okay.
and putting it out there in the hope that people will be intrigued enough to come.
Okay.
So I just worked with their budget. So listen, be honest with me, what can you afford?
Okay.
And they told me and I accepted it.
Okay.
I said, once I get popping and I prove myself and people start coming in, we have to sit down and talk again.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, they were more than happy because I'm bringing people in, people are spending at the bar, more money for them, more money for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I kind of learnt my negotiation skills. Because whereas before I used to ask for budgets purely on the premise that I know I'm not known here. I've just got here.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing me the favor.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've built my name. I've put the legwork in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been loads of different bars all over the city.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lot more straightforward because I know what I can bring and I know I've put in the legwork over the 4 years of me living here.
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
At what point,
Yeah.
did you see like, okay, so I'll accept the terms right now,
Yeah.
but at this certain time, we can come back and renegotiate.
Yes.
So how did you know, what were the indicators that let you know it's time for us to go back and negotiate? How did you quantify that?
So I basically quantified that by the amount of people in the bar. So
Okay.
when for instance, when I was at Skies, first few weeks, empty.
Okay.
About after 2 months, word got round, bar was packed.
Mm-hmm.
So I was obviously getting a draw, but it was different there because I was in a contract, exclusivity contract. I
Okay.
couldn't DJ anywhere else.
Okay.
But what it was doing is like promoters and people like Talent Africa would sneak, I would say sneak in and they'd sit in the corner and just be watching me like that, looking at the crowd, watching me, looking at the crowd and be like, okay, he's got something. And then they'd approach me. So when I left Skies, I had, I suppose, bargaining power, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
So I was able to negotiate, but I had to learn that I had to be direct.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain what you mean by being direct? Give us an example for those people.
So, like I said earlier, I would ask people for their budget.
Right.
So, by me doing that, I'm giving them the opportunity to negotiate what they want to pay me, not what I'm worth. So, I had to learn that I had to put, I had to put value on my name.
Okay.
So even if I'm shooting a high number, I know by the time we finish negotiating, it will get to round about where I want it.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I mean by direct.
Okay.
And I had to learn that because I'm terrible at negotiating. I think it's a British thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I mean, we're so like
Proper.
proper. Yeah, we don't like to negotiate. Like when I go to Wino Market, like they used when I first went there, they would just tell me what the price is. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I pay it and I go to my Ugandan friend. Oh, I got this material. I got this. They'd be like, you've been robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I had to learn. Like I remember I was in Main Street Market in Ginger. Big up Main Street Market. They do the best basketball jerseys, like vintage basketball jerseys. Like I got Charlotte Hornets champion basketball jersey for like 15k. But how I did it, I picked 5, right? And the one I wanted the most, I acted like I wanted the least.
Oh yeah.
So I go through Michael. I see. Look at the friend. Then I get to the one I want. All I'm left with is
I'll just take that.
I'll just take that. And they'd be like, oh, okay, give us 20s. Me too. Oh, come,
Right.
15. Come on, make 15.
Yeah.
All right, boss. Cool. And I get out and I'm like, I'm really happy, So
Okay.
I've had to learn that.
Right.
He put his phone down. He's on his phone.
He wants to know where.
Yeah. But Main Street Market, Ginger,
Okay.
on a Monday. Go on a Monday or a Tuesday.
Okay.
Best basketball jerseys. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
did I digress with the basketball?
Yeah.
So.
Now you're creative
Yes.
in a country like Uganda. Let's specify that.
Yeah.
Because initially Uganda doesn't pay the artsy people that much. You
That's
know?
true.
It
That's
doesn't
very
even
true.
right now in 2022. Ugandans are still not, some people don't view creatives or artsy people as people who are at a job, pay them a salary or give them the right amount of money. So how have you managed to navigate that, being a creative in such a country that doesn't view creatives as proper people working a job?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
I've navigated that by the DJ scene, basically. So I've gone in on that level where money is cash rich, right? There's money at the bar, there's money they're charging at the door. So they have money. They know what they make on a weekend. They know what they can, put aside for DJs. And that's how I've been able to be paid as a creative. And then I take that and I move that into music production. So I'll take the money I make from DJ and say book studio time and work with Ugandan artists and whatnot and things like that. So that's how I've been able to make money as a creative. And when I came here, I came in at a very high level. Like I was the first resident DJ when the 99 bar opened at Skies. So I had a lot of eyes on me, and I suppose it kind of elevated me. I didn't come here and DJed in some side road bar that nobody knows of. I was straight in the sky. So that's also helped with my bargaining.
And do you think, you being a foreigner has helped you negotiate your prices?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Because think about it, right? It's London, it's New York, it's LA, it's Paris. I'm from one of those cities that are known for good DJs.
Yeah.
And clubbing scene. So I bring that aura, I suppose.
Right.
But it's all right me bringing it. I then have to prove it.
Right.
But it's got me in the door.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I wasn't from London, like I don't think the management of Skies would sat down with me. Because there's loads of really good Ugandan DJs here.
Oh yeah.
Like there's some really good DJs.
Yeah.
And they could have got them. But definitely me being from London, one of the party cities of the world, it's dying a death now, but it's definitely helped me. But then I had to prove it. And when I proved it, they was like, okay, he is what he says he is. And it just went from there.
And I want to add to that because we had Tina from Expat Assist, and we were talking about people who are going to come here, and let's say if they want to move to Uganda, if they're not working with an NGO, and you're trying to set up a business or do a fee for service thing. She was like, well, you got to understand that there are people that are in the Ugandan economy that people can hire and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So when you're a foreigner, the question is that you got to ask is why you?
Yeah.
And not somebody locally. And and the thing is that in this market, which can be challenging, it's about the value.
Yeah.
Anywhere in Africa, Ghana, they got they have their own talented diaspora.
Yeah.
And they have their own talented people here, and then they know how it works.
Yeah.
So some people may own property, they understand the language. People like us, where we're like, I'm African American, you're Caribbean, we don't have any real ties here.
No.
So when we want to come in, we're gonna have it's a dogfight.
Yeah.
Even to get this channel started here. These 46,000 subscribers.
You have to prove yourself.
Listen.
Yeah.
This is one of my greatest accomplishments. A project it doesn't make really a lot of money on this channel, but but the thing is, it's nothing but grit and grind, and it's like you have to start from the bottom.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know when you're coming here. Even Ugandans in the diaspora, if they come back here, hey, listen, you've been in Boston for 20 years. You've been in London for 10 years, or Manchester. You're gonna have to come in because what you're used to getting paid is when you come here, it's not gonna be that.
It's not gonna be that, but cost of living kind of helps level that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. You just made me think of something. Like I'm not just a DJ all the time. I work in construction as a surveyor. Okay. And the 4 years I've been there, I haven't had one construction job. And I think it's a lot harder for me in that field to get in because they're thinking a lot more of like it's got to be Ugandan in
Right.
that position,
Right.
and it can't be a guy from London whose work visa is going to cost us,
There you go.
I don't know, $2,000 a year.
Yeah.
So, you know, in that sense, I've been very lucky. I won't call it luck because I'm good at what I do, but I've been very fortunate to get through and have the ascent
Right.
that I've had.
Right.
But in construction, it's literally, they'll ask me for my CV, they'll give me the job spec, I'll send the CV over, nothing.
Right.
And I think as a business standpoint, I cost a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my work permit and etc. So yeah, in that sense, I'm really struggling because I would like to get into construction here,
Right.
because I really think I could deliver some really good projects and get some really good investment from the UK.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just taking a little bit longer. But that's something it's just gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to keep working at.
Yeah.
I think like, you know, and stuff like, because even with this channel,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm pretty good at social media strategies and stuff like that. If I would have went to some of the corporations here, maybe they might accept my CV. I think the reality is something like that. And I don't know if this is what I'm saying is going to be true, but let me know. I think a lot of that depends on, you're going to have to bring your own money.
Yeah.
But if you want to enter in those industries,
Yeah.
you might have to have your own money and your own to do your own projects and improve it like that. Because, like you said, certain things are going to be kind of cut off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To foreigners, and if you want to enter in certain things like that, as a foreigner, you're going to have enough cash and cash flow to do those kind of projects and lead those projects yourself, and then people will probably come and say, "Oh, okay, well, you proved it yourself."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have been thinking about saying, listen, I'll front the money for the work permit if that's what the issue is. I have been thinking along those lines.
Right.
So maybe I'll try that next time when someone asks for my CV and whatnot. But yeah, it's been really hard on the construction side of things. But I've been fortunate because the creative side is keeping me good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like a struggle, but I would love to work as a surveyor in Kampala or Uganda,
Yeah.
and just see what's different, what's the same,
Yeah.
what materials are different here. Because I know there's loads of different timber here from Congo and etc. that you could use on projects and things like that. So it's so interesting to get into that field, and then that will then lead me into when I can open my bar, because that's my dream. It's to open like a hip hop themed Caribbean cuisine bar.
Okay.
Oh.
That's my. I'm putting it out there now. Now I put it out there. I've got to go for it. But that's my dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my dream.
Yeah. Now, have you met? Could you give us scenarios where you met some shady people who are trying to like undercut you, like get like take some shortcuts to do something? Just
That
tell
happens
us.
here?
What do you mean? He's acting shocked, but we know it does happen.
Yeah.
But just tell us.
Yeah. So what's the most shady thing that's happened?
One that won't get you in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one you picked up.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Let's just tread lightly.
So I was approached about like investment opportunity. I won't say the area because it'll make it blatantly obvious, because you don't know who knows who, 6 degrees of separation, all that. But yeah, they wanted me to put together a proposal for the acre of land in Kampala, which would then they would look over, okay it, and to say, all right, that's good, but can you change that? Can you add this, etc., etc. And they then then the goal, as we say in the UK, the goalposts moved. So they were like, actually, can your guys just front the investment and we just go from there? And I was like, okay. And
Dusty as hell.
but nothing else was said. It's like once we got to that point, there was nothing like, okay, so they wanted a mixed use building.
Yeah.
So residential and commercial.
Yeah.
So maybe shops on the ground floor,
Right.
first floor, apartments above that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no talk about equity split. There's no talk about, okay, how many units, what's the average commercial rent, residential rent in that area, so what people will be making from the building. And no talk of that. And then they just got in their cars with their drivers, both of them, big SUVs, driver just sitting there waiting for them. They got in their car, went off, and I never
Heard from them again. And I just found it weird. And the friend who put me in touch with them was really disappointed. And then he got in touch with me. I never heard nothing for a year. And then COVID hit. Never heard nothing for 2 years. Then he just called me out the blue. My friend who put me in contact with him and said, "The proposals that you did, have you still got it?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Can I see it?" I mean, sure, no problem. Never sent it because my alarm bells went off.
Yeah.
Because these are very intelligent guys. They will take my proposal. My instinct told me they would take the proposal, do what they need to do with it,
Spread it out.
and send it out. But I've never heard anything since. And I went past the site the other day, and nothing's been developed on it. So, you know, is the site even theirs? You know. So yeah, that's the shadiest thing that's happened.
Yeah. But any shady thing in like the DJ world or something? Or no one can try you there?
No. So yeah, I was DJing at Cayenne, which has now been
Hold on a second. Quasi, storytime music.
So yeah, I was DJing at Cayenne, which has now been closed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I was DJing, and the crowd were loving it. And the other DJs I was with hated it, and they were like, "Yo, you got 15 minutes left." And I was like, "No, I've got like a 2-hour set, and I'm like 45 minutes in." It's like, no, things have changed.
That's suspicious.
So I was like, "Listen, I ain't about to argue with you. My peeps are here, they come to see me, they got table over there, bottle. Let me just deal with this, and I'll chat to the promoter later." So came back to the promoter later, and they were questioning the length of my set and the validity of me wanting full payment. But I was like, "No, I was doing a 2-hour set. I was told you said that they had to come on because there's certain elements within the club that want to hear their style." And then when I kept pressing them for my money, they blocked me on WhatsApp.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and unfollowed me on.
So you never got paid?
I never got paid.
Oh my god.
Never
Do you
got
ever
paid.
see them out?
I see them out all the time. And when they see me, it's like they.
Yeah.
I really want to say the person's name, but they're really, really popular.
Is it
And
a
they
girl?
act like they're so. Anyway, yes.
You'll tell us off the screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a girl. It's a girl.
I think I know it too.
Yeah. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
I bet
I ain't gonna lie. The first few times they paid,
Yeah.
and then this time for some reason. But that night was just. It was just weird. What's the phrase you use?
Pretendians.
Pretendians. Yeah. Lot of
Is that even a word?
No.
Oh.
It's an O'Shea word, but I like
No,
it.
I got somebody else.
Yeah.
Ask me about my negotiations here.
Oh, about your negotiations?
Ask me.
Okay, can you tell the audience about the negotiations you've had in Uganda?
Give a round of applause.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so I think differently than, because you came here already with your skill developed.
Yes.
My skill and what we do has been developing over time, meaning that we were not as good when I first came.
Right.
And we, as a
Learning
team,
on the job.
yeah, our studio, what we have here,
Yeah.
like we couldn't even edit a video in the country.
Right.
So it was very little that we could do for, let's say, the agricultural sector or the tourism sector we couldn't even do what we're doing now here. We would have to literally shoot this and then send it to DHL, with the footage in Poland,
Right.
and then get it edited. So I think
sorry to interrupt you, O'Shea.
Yeah.
Why was that?
because we didn't have the equipment
Okay, right,
and we didn't have the staff.
right.
Then we didn't get this staff fully functional until January 2020,
Yeah.
February 2020,
Okay.
something like that.
Right.
So we've had this system running for 2 years of the 4 years we've been in business. So as we've gotten better to get our name out here in this market,
Yeah.
we've literally never asked for money. It's been crazy. I mean, Jones said we should, but everything I've done, we've done it for free.
Right.
So I'm not trying to tell people what to do,
Uh-huh.
but I really wanted to show what we could do in the market, what we could bring as far as value, because that's why I want to try to lead with is value.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed is that, when you try to do a lot of collaborations here, people either want to get paid or they want it free.
yeah.
So if you're not really known, you just try to lead with that, because we wanted to be able to show that we could do agribusiness stuff. So we go to farms and say, hey, we'll come shoot you, or we can buy some stuff there. Well, because people didn't understand, like, well, what do you mean you're going to put us on your YouTube page? What is that? And then we started getting views, then people started to reach out in that sector. We don't have that much of a problem anymore.
Yeah.
But it was about just, if you're trying to get like, okay, for example, I saw a lady in Ghana. She is a good person that does SEO.
Yeah.
But a lot of businesses, here, they're not on Google.
Sorry, you said SEO.
Yeah, SEO.
What's that?
Like
stuff?
search engine optimization.
Right. Yeah.
So, like here in Uganda, there might be businesses out there, but you just can't Google them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of websites.
That's true.
So what she was doing, she was trying to basically get clients for that kind of business and crowd. But people were not used to that style of business. So one of the things she had to start doing was, hey, to build it up, clients like, let me just do this for you for free, and then you see what we can do, and then let's establish a relationship later.
Right,
So that's what I kind of noticed here. If you're a person coming in this market, it takes a long time for things to develop here. I think entertainment that's the industry that's maybe already kind of set.
Yeah.
Because the nightlife is big here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of money exchanging hands. But in what we do, it's a long grind. You know what I mean?
It's not really been done before to this scale, would you say?
Exactly. So if a person's coming to a place like this, and what you're doing is something that's already established in USA and in Britain, but it's not really done here,
Yeah.
you might be doing a lot of shit for free. Even I've pitched to certain boards here.
Yeah.
I won't call any boards names, but I went into their office and I've actually begged them, like, listen, please let us do this project for free. Like, I know you're paying people to do it.
Yeah.
We can do it for free. And guess what? They won't even call you. Like, okay. Yeah, you show them the channel, show what we can do. And that's a heartbreak because you're trying to, like, get your name out there.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the things that if you're coming from the diaspora, even if you're from Uganda or Ugandan diaspora, or you want to come in certain industries and show what you can do.
Yeah.
Because people will try your stuff for free. Many people will.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done to try to build up what we can do. And if we can pay, I pay a lot. I mean, but it's just it's a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear you. Yeah. It's that saying in it, Rome wasn't built in a day sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do tell us some of your shady encounters.
The shadiest.
Where do we start? Do we talk about last week?
Okay.
Or is it?
No, just rate it.
Yeah.
So the most shadiest thing that's ever happened to you in your personal opinion.
In Uganda?
Yeah.
Navigating business in Uganda.
Yeah. The most shadiest. The one where
But
you
because
was like,
you're also a brand, so you're a business. You're
True.
working business, so maybe
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
has happened
Yeah.
to you.
So I'll just go with the typical. And a lot of these things, it's not really the shadiest, but it's the same kind of concept. That's constitutive. It happens all the time. Somebody says they can do X, Y, and Z.
yeah.
You give them the money.
Oh.
And they don't do it. or they have excuses as to why they do it. And like from the culture that I come from in America, you know, especially if I've been a good client, I've had people on this particular channel I've brought thousands of dollars of business to, and you know, and like I said, with this, and this is a negotiation thing. In 2020, when I was here, people give me their price. I never try to negotiate what it is for their service. Right. Okay, this is your service. Fine, you know, you're a black business. I'm gonna help you.
Right.
So I'm gonna pay you. What do you want? Like sometimes I just go in. Like me and Joan, we went to certain people, and I just like walked in. Like, what do you charge? Joan pulls out the money bag. There you go. Right.
So can I stop you there?
Yeah.
What he just said. Do you agree, or should he negotiate? As a Ugandan.
Oh, as a Ugandan.
Should he negotiate, or should he just say, this is what you're offering for your service, I'm gonna pay it?
He should, but he won't.
Right.
It's not in his nature to negotiate.
Now I've learned, because even with those people, I'm thinking like, well, you know what, I'm gonna pay them, and then I'm gonna do this for them, bring them business. And guess what? They still had, you know, either they delivered the work very late, or in certain cases with one particular guy, not at all. I've had people promise me things, completely lie about it. I've had that happen numerous times, not to try to dissuade people, so it's not the shadiest things, but the things that are repetitive. Right. So now, if somebody says, you know, I know this person, or this person can do this, that person needs to verify certain things for me to do it now. You know, or I may require you to do a lot of the work. So, you know, I've done deposit things like that. Right. So again, I was trying to get my name out there. I was trying to show people that
you pay on time.
Yeah, I could do things, and I had I had good intentions.
Yeah,
you know, because I am a black person here, so I know a lot of times people still have that black trauma in business. So I was but then I thought like, oh, well, maybe it's like, we got a sucker here. You know, not to say that everybody is like that, because we have people that have not been like that. But that has been an issue here. People will say that they're gonna do this, and then they don't do it, or then they go silent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think with that, like I would like to just do things and trust people, but here, usually anywhere, you're gonna have to negotiate. And you get what you can negotiate, and I've learned that the hard way.
That's true. It's true. I found here, especially with stuff around my home, like I need carpentry work and things like that. I pay a little, and then I pay the rest on completion.
Yeah.
And that's what I've had to learn, because I find like here, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe you can help me.
Yeah.
But the quality of the work starts here. And then I use them again, and it gets about there. And I use them again, and it gets about there, and then gets to a point where it's non-existent.
Yeah.
So what I've learned from living here, I have about 5 carpenters, and then I use you for one thing, I use you for the next, and I keep it sparingly, because I just find that when it's like the familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
That saying. Yeah, and I just don't know what it is. It's like the quality starts amazing because you got amazing craftsmen here, and then it's just kind of
keeps going down.
Yeah,
it does happen. Also, Ugandans also have the same issue. It does happen. I think if you have a talk with them and like get serious.
Yeah,
threaten people with the police.
Yeah,
no, like, if you don't do this work, I'll drop by with the police.
I've had to.
Yeah.
When there was,
if you threaten someone, like, I'll come by with the police, but I get my work done. Yeah. They will do the work. I'm sorry to say that it comes to that, but sometimes you kind of need to, put on your strong face.
Yeah.
And
that's true. That's true.
And that's actually sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I hope I don't get canceled for this, because I had a lady that the episode's no longer up, but she lived in Bukoto Brown Flats, and she was a lady, had a beautiful home. We rented on Airbnb, and that was when Uganda first started. I was like, can we do an episode here to just show your apartment?
Yeah,
and she was like, she agreed to do it. She said I had to go through so many contractors, but then I got the contractor that was Indian. And
Right.
and what happens here, at least in certain experiences, like you don't, and I hope I don't cancel, but you're like, okay, so I've heard about these guys that do X, Y, and Z. Are they Chinese or Indian? But I want to get my business in the local markets, and even though the Indians are here locally also. Yeah. But it's like, you know what I mean, and you don't want to, and that's, and when I hear stuff like that, sometimes like, if you work with somebody here, go get a Kenyan, or you might hear that sometimes, or go work with an Indian or something like that.
I have heard that,
yeah. And so, and we, and I even tell people sometimes, like, listen, like one time I bought some shirts from a guy. So the guy wanted like $25K per t-shirt, almost $7 a t-shirt. So we ordered like 15. So the t-shirts were about, I don't know, like 100 and it was about no. It was like 10. It was like 250,000 shillings. The guy sent me 20 shirts. It was like, you owe me 500K.
He said that to you?
Yeah.
Oh, but all you wanted was 10.
Yeah, so you owe me 500K. I said, bro, can you read what I sent you? I said, listen, I'm gonna give you the 500K, but I'm gonna tell you like this. Do you know you have Chinese people that do what you do? Indian people you do what you do? And I could probably guess that they may not make this sort of mistake. Right. So maybe you need to figure out. And after that, I never had a problem with the guy ever again. But I've had that happen before. So and again, it's also what I've noticed here is you have to be very clear in what you're saying. You can't guess that they understand it. Maybe you have to be very clear, even when dealing with people that you work for. Like very clear as to, hey, this is how we want it. We need it here.
Yeah,
because it's different from back in London or California, maybe, where people. So you have to be very, very clear.
Yeah.
As to what you're looking for.
That's true. That's true.
Not that they don't understand or anything, but
it's just trading standards are a little, I suppose, a little different.
Yeah.
And I like when I was getting a new roof on my apartment, they was splattering cement everywhere, and I thought at the end of the day, someone will just clean it up, and we go again. No.
But if you talk to them,
let me finish, John. Okay. I'm not attacking Ugandans. I'm not attacking. This is very good. This is a very good story. It ends well.
Okay.
So, so if my apartment's right next to where I'm gonna probably pronounce this wrong. Can you correct me if I get it wrong? Askari?
Yeah, the guard.
Yeah, the guard. So he lives kind of on the ground floor next to me. They splat cement everywhere. In his area. So he's come to me and said, maintain, listen, these guys are making a home like a building site. When they come tomorrow, they're not doing any work unless they speak to you first. You worked in construction in London, you talk to them. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't think it was gonna happen. Wake up in the morning, Scari's knocked my door. They're waiting for you. So I've walked down the steps of my apartment, come around the corner, they're all sitting. As you drive to my apartment, there's like a curb, and they're all sitting on the curb like naughty school children. Like I'm about to tell them off. And I was like, and I don't like these situations I'm not comfortable in. Yeah. But I've had to, they're all there waiting now. So I basically just said to them, I said, listen, this is not a building site. This is a home. When I come home, I don't want to be stepping in piles of cement. Like, how would you like it if I came to your house and just splash cement everywhere? This is a building site to you, but this is my home. Please respect it. At the end of the day, just clean up your mess. And to help you with your mess, lay down dust sheets, lay down stuff, so when it does fall, it can catch it. And all you do is pick that up and you go. Yes, Sebo. And from then, it was blessed.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you've got to really be, because they're just used to working splash. Yeah. And it's like it's workmen all over the world, isn't it? They all like to get the job done quick as possible and cut corners and get out. So that's just something you have to be very clear.
Yeah.
But it's one thing. Yeah, but that's another form of
That's
negotiating.
really-
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
a lot of things like that used to happen here. I will take it very personal.
Yeah. Same.
I take it very personal. Like who the you think you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in America, in the UK, we're kind of like that. Like
Very
you're
much.
trying to play me or something like that.
Yeah.
But now I understand like that it's not personal.
Yeah. It's
And
not at all.
and I'm trying to pick my battles. Everything's negotiating with the guy with the Boda guy. How much from here to here? 20K. What? You know, it's like, bruh, it's 4K, but I don't take it personal anymore.
Yeah.
I just understand, like, bro, you know, like, all right, I don't have to deal with you. I go to somewhere else.
Yeah.
But again, everything here is a negotiation.
Oh, it's a hustle.
Yeah, and
a
I
hustle,
think that we don't look at the other person on the other side, like what they're going through.
True. Everyone has a story, right?
Yeah.
There's something they're dealing with.
Yeah,
for sure.
so you know,
But when it's outrageous,
yeah,
it's like I understand if I stagger out of Thrones Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I want to get to Laboa, I'm probably gonna have to pay 20K on a boat.
Yeah.
right.
And you know what? It's fair, because to get to that side, and even when you get to Laboa, you still got to chuck a left past route. I'm not telling everybody where I live. You know what I mean?
And they
You still got to go a bit of a way into Laboa to get to me. So I get it. But if I'm just going, say, like from Thrones to, I don't know, Acacia.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but that's why you need to use like safe border.
True.
The price is already there. There's no negotiation.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. You
That's
pay
true.
what you see, and then tip him if you want.
Yeah.
My Safe Border app isn't working in a minute. I've tried it. I don't know what's wrong with
I'll
it.
give you a contact with someone. Who
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
Yes.
I think. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think like when you're trying to get into a certain, I think that one of the biggest issues is people that are coming here.
Yeah.
Maybe your industry doesn't even exist
Yeah.
when you get here. So if your industry doesn't exist, then you're probably trying to prove you're doing a lot of shit for free, and you're leaving and coming back, and then you're trying to build a name for yourself and establish yourself. If you're changing careers, which some people will do when they come here,
Yeah.
or maybe they'll do something different, or it takes time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's about. It takes time.
Yeah.
Don't take things so personal.
Yeah.
I used to take everything personal. I don't anymore. I don't take anything personal. It's just the way that it is. So you need that patience gene and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that don't have as many expectations of Africa. By like nobody's gonna open the red carpet for anything like that. Like it's not gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in a new society, new people. Nobody knows you.
Exactly.
You got to prove yourself, and whatever you're going to be doing, if you're DJing, you're doing clothes, which is competitive,
Very.
farming, which is maybe not as it's competitive, but maybe there's more opportunity there.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity.
But you need to learn the industry. You need to negotiate for, and a lot of times I've noticed here is, in building this team, is because that's also negotiation.
Yeah,
which is
of course.
Because even to get you here, right? It was like, hey, what can we do to get you here? What do you is this okay? What do you want? You're gonna have to barter with the people that you want to have around you, and understand negotiating your permanent interests. So one thing I've been able to do here, because I've not been able to do everything like in a comment as much, but I have been able to negotiate for talent, and I've been able to keep a lot of talent, and I've been able to build that by what is it you want? I'll give it to you. And as we do better, I'll give you more. We'll all have more. And that's my strength, is negotiating the team around me and why they will want to work with me. I haven't had as much success with, like, let's say in the local markets, but in what I already do, I've had a lot of success. And you need those people around you to do something here. You can't do it by yourself. You need talented people around you, whatever you do.
That's very true.
Shout out to Quasi. By the way,
big up.
Oh, it's probably tired. But thank you for that. I guess my last words would be: business is tricky everywhere, but it gets more tricky in Africa, or let's say it gets more tricky in Uganda?
You know what?
Yeah, there's like what I was saying.
Like,
there's
so
Africa,
many-
and then there's Uganda, right?
That's what he said. Not what he
That's
said.
not what you
But
said.
like, there's so many roadblocks, you know. Okay,
Yeah.
like not literally roadblocks, but like there's so many barriers.
I think it's learning.
It depends on what industry you're in, anyway.
Yeah, it depends what
On the
industry you're in,
and the people you know, or the friends you have in this
for sure.
country.
It's-
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's up to you to learn how to navigate. Knowledge is power. Search for the knowledge. Do your research. Reach out to as many people as you can, and please come with something that's unique. Don't come and then compete with the locals. They're doing.
Yeah.
There's so many boutiques. Everyone is selling clothes from Shein and what, and you're also coming and you're also selling clothes, which is, you could do what you want anyway. But like, if you can do something that's unique that can add value, then I guess that
That's
can
very
put you
Like the
ahead.
Repat Podcast.
That can put you ahead. But yeah, guys, maintain. Tell people where to find you.
Yeah, just
Can I just ask, where did the name Maintain come from? The DJ Maintain.
Oh.
It's so rare.
Yeah. So when I was younger, that was a word I used a lot in a sentence.
Put it in a sentence.
So like, Joan, you need to maintain this all black look. That's dope. Oh, Shay, you need to maintain the Ken
bald head.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say that, but you know, I used it a lot.
Yeah.
Right, so when I'd come into the room, here comes Mr. Maintain, and we'd all laugh, and then I thought, you know what? That's a good DJ name. So I just took it and ran with it. So it's more like it's become more of like a
your word.
my word, my
Yeah.
moniker, like my reminder to myself what I need to do. I need to elevate and maintain it, and elevate and maintain it. So it's more like a reminder of how.
You need to keep
how
them.
how I need to move.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Maintain. Tell them where to maintain and find you.
Yeah. So I've been doing this for a while. So I've taken up every social media DJ Maintain name. So if you just type in DJ MAINTAIN, you'll find everything: the SoundCloud, the Mixcloud, the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Twitter, the Bandcamp, everything. Even my blog, which I haven't even done a post on in about 5 years, but even the blog you will find.
Yeah, and in case you liked him on this episode, we have 2 other episodes on the channel that have DJ Maintain in them.
My debut.
And they have all the background and where he started and what and all that. So make sure you watch those episodes and then come and watch this one, like this video, and subscribe to Kenganda. Follow us on all our social media pages: Kenganda Nation Instagram, Kenganda Nation Facebook, Kenganda Nation Twitter. I am your host, Janita Maya. I'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.